let's move on now to the Vezina Trophy.
Sure.
Another Leaf is in contention to win this trophy, even though he's been pretty bad the last 14 games. Jack Campbell with a sub 900 save percentage and a goals against average over 3 since December 1st. But he is currently third on the odds board at plus 700 to win the Vezina Trophy. The betting favorite right now is Rangers goaltender Igor Shesterkin at plus 160. And Andrei Vasilevskiy, who I think we both agree is the best, most talented goalie in the world, he is second at plus 550 to win the Vezina Trophy. Has the ship sailed for Jack Campbell in terms of winning the Vezina Trophy and then signing a $8 million per year contract?
I think so. If I'm being perfectly honest. So there, everyone. We're not Leafs homers, but yeah, no. I think he's out of it. I really do. And to be fair, I don't think I'd even bet on him being a finalist at this point, the way his season's going. And that's not me saying I think he'll be terrible the rest of the way, but I'm just not feeling it right now. Like, you sometimes feel like certain players have momentum or goalies have momentum. I don't think Jack's got it right now. And we've talked earlier on this show about how we think Mrazek's going to have to get a lot of starts. I mean, at the end of the day, too, that would hurt Campbell with regard to certain numbers. I mean, wins, agree with it or not, is always a big part of the Vezina, it seems. But yeah, like I think Campbell's out of it. And if you look at Shesterkin and the numbers he's putting up, it's kind of a slam dunk. I mean, you mentioned before McDavid winning 100% of the votes. And by the way, he did win 100% of the votes. I looked it up. He was 100 out of 100 first place votes, 100%.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, I think Matthews had like 69 second place votes or something. But yeah, every single voter voted Connor McDavid. But you look at Shesterkin, 2.1 GAA and a 937 save percentage. Historically good, unless he falls apart. Give him the award. And again, I think something comes down to importance to the team. I think of all, like we've talked about a million times on the show about how good everyone is in the East. If we had to list those 8 teams and their starting goalie, who would we say, or which goalie would we say is the most important to their team? Say if you give that team average goaltending, how far would they drop down? I think I'd pick the Rangers. And to me, that helps push the Shesterkin Vezina Trophy narrative. So he's my guy right now. And I like him. I like his swagger. I like his style of goaltending. I like his personality on the ice. So I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I agree. Shesterkin's a star, and call me biased because I have him on one of my fantasy hockey teams, and he's carrying my team, or has been carrying my team this season.
Nice.
He's an awesome goalie. You said it, Lepore, a 937 save percentage. Like, this dude has been outrageous. And you said it, man, the Rangers, like if you look at all those teams in the East and think about, okay, how important is their goalie to their operation? I think the Rangers are number one, because as good as Andrei Vasilevskiy is, Tampa Bay is an incredible team. It seems like no matter who's in and out of the lineup, they win. Like even without Nikita Kucherov has only played like 11 games this season, and they're still one of the best teams in the league. He didn't play last season, and they played at an over 100-point pace and won the Stanley Cup. I mean, obviously he came back for the playoffs, but I think it's Shesterkin, man, because the Rangers right now, they're averaging just over 3 goals a game. They're 16th in the league in terms of offense right now. So they're middle of the pack. So it's not like, Shesterkin's getting a ton of goal support. You take Shesterkin off that team and you put an average goaltending, there's no chance in hell the Rangers are where they are in the standings. And you said it about Jack Campbell. At this point, he's going to have to go on a hot streak like he had early in the season and even going back to last season. But I think the ship has sailed, and I think you're right, man. I think we're going to get to a point where he's not even going to end up as a finalist for the Vezina Trophy, when we thought that he would be a slam dunk. And I think one guy who's going to sneak in there is former Leaf Freddie Andersen.
Oof. Yeah.
I think he
Why
has a
not?
really good chance to finish as a finalist. Right now, Freddie, he's 12-1 to win the Vezina. He's tied with Juuse Saros, fourth on the betting board right now, behind Jack Campbell.
Okay.
So those guys actually might be a pretty solid bet at this point. Freddie Andersen is having an awesome season for the Carolina Hurricanes, and they're obviously one of the best teams in the league. But yeah, I think we're both on the same page here. Shesterkin right now is the clear Vezina Trophy winner unless he completely falls off a cliff. And Jack Campbell, as great as he has been this season, right now it appears that he certainly won't win the Vezina, and there's even a chance that he might not finish top 3 in voting for the Vezina Trophy.
Here's one, Bruno. So when talking about the Hart, we were mentioning how at this point there's no real slam dunk winner or no one who really jumps out of us. We think it's a pretty good race. Shesterkin, 22, 5, and 2 with 3 shutouts. And as we mentioned, a 2.1 GAA and a 937 save percentage. If he keeps that up and those numbers continue to climb, with when I say that, I'm referring to wins, and the Rangers keep going at the pace they're going at, does he have a shot at the Hart?
I think he does.
At 937, like at a 9-3 something, he definitely does. I would think he does.
He does, because another thing I was going to mention during our Hart Trophy conversation, he's right next to those guys on that list. So we talked about McDavid, Ovechkin, Draisaitl, Huberdeau, and Matthews, who are the top 5. And the next guy in terms of the betting odds is Igor Shesterkin at 18-1 to win.
Again, here I was. I thought I had a hot take, but
no, man, that actually might be the bet. Never mind Matthews. Never mind Huberdeau. If you think that Shesterkin keeps this up and the Rangers keep up what they've been doing, and he has a real chance to win the MVP. It doesn't happen often that a goalie wins the MVP.
Yeah.
Wasn't Theodore the last goalie? Or Carey Price.
Price got one.
Price won the Hart, and then Theodore won the Hart as well in like the early 2000s. But
did Hasek sneak one in?
I believe Hasek may have won an MVP as well.
Maybe even more than one. Hasek won so much hardware. I'd have to look it up. He maybe won more than one.
Yeah, you're right, man. This could be a season, especially if Shesterkin keeps it up, that he actually could be in play to win the MVP. So that'll be cool to track as well.
So there you go. I'm sprinkling some cash on Shesterkin, and I'll throw a few dimes at my boy Sidney Crosby at 50-1.
I love it, Lepore. The 50-1 Sidney Crosby MVP bet. You heard it here first from Lepore. You might end up being a genius if Crosby gets like.
Typically, that's not how it goes in my life, so I wouldn't bet on it. No pun intended.
We'll see, Lepore. We'll see. I have a little bit of. I have more faith in you, man.
Thanks.
I think you might be onto something there.